Biblical Shakers is going to give you a challenge this week as we return to the Old Testament and read the book of First Chronicles. This is probably not one of the favorites when studying the Bible, but it is important. The purpose it was written was to unify God's people, to trace David's family line, and to teach that genuine worship ought to be the center of individual and national life. This week, there will be an introduction to the book on Monday. Tuesday through Friday, I encourage you to read chapters 1 through 5. There are many names which I am sure you will scan. However, please read the posted devotions for each day. You will not know all of the names included in the reading, but our authors of the devotions have done a great job by picking out at least one idea or individual for each chapter. And as I always promise you, Biblical Shakers will make reading the Bible way more enjoyable for you. The first 9 chapters of this book include a long list of names that follows a history of God's work in the world, from A, Adam, to Z, Zerubbabel. Some of these names remind us of stories of great faith and others, tragic failure. Most of the people named we know nothing about, but those who died unknown to us are known by God. It shows us that God is interested in not only nations, but also individuals. By Jewish tradition, Ezra wrote this book after captivity. It summarizes Israel's history, emphasizing the Jewish people's spiritual heritage to unify the nation. First Chronicle gives a who's who of Israel's history, with special emphasis on David's royal line. The book parallels 2 Samuel and serves as a commentary on it. As the exiles look forward to the day when they would return to their homeland, one of their biggest fears was that the records of their heritage would be lost. The Jews placed great importance on this because each person wanted to be able to prove that he was a descendant of Abraham, the father of the Jewish people. This list reconstructed the family tree to both Judah and Israel. It is important for us today because it supports the Old Testament promise that Jesus, the Messiah, would be a descendant of Abraham and David. The Salt Shakers devotions also touch base this week by mentioning names such as David, his sons, Jabez, and Reuben. Well, that is a challenge I leave with you. Recognize at least one name in each chapter. You will see good kings, bad kings, and prophets. Thank them, for their lives were touched by God, our Creator, our Father, before knowing the saving grace of Jesus Christ. Next week, we will complete the genealogies of Israel. And won't you check in? Because Biblical Shakers will make reading the Bible way more enjoyable for you. And I pray that the Lord will put a hunger on your heart.